All right, so listen, we on a different topic today. So, Kierra Sheard, the gospel singer, right? From my understanding, she did an interview with Page Six, and she took some relationship advice from her mother. Now, this is my thing. Wisdom is knowledge applied. Totally get it, totally understand it. But I want to know how y'all feel. Now, this is me. I understand what a mother was trying to say, and I understand it. So it says right here, it says that gospel singer Kierra Sheard tells Page Six that when her girlfriends come to visit, she makes them stay at a hotel so that her husband isn't tempted to have sex with them. Now, this is my thing on this. I'm not going to get married at all if I'm not at peace with the individual that I'm dealing with. So let me put a little more context on that. And when I say I'm not at peace, if I even have to think about my wife cheating, period, whether it's with my friends, whether it's with a stranger, whatever, if it was even a thought that ran across my mind, we all know that random thoughts run across our minds. If it was even a thought, if I could even pretend to conjure up something fictional in my imagination, I'm not going to marry that person. There's no peace. I wouldn't even have peace of mind if it was even a thought of my imagination. Period. Why get married? We understand that people cheat and things happen. But if I have to worry about my woman sleeping with, my husband, my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, because she had to think about her husband sleeping with her friends. If I had to even think about my wife sleeping with my friends, they wouldn't even be my friend. They wouldn't even be my friend. If I had to think about my wife sleeping with one of my partners that I hang with, she wouldn't even be my wife. I don't even associate with people that I even have to think in my imagination, something fictional. And I understand things have happened in people's lives, people seeing things. But one thing I can honestly say, in my personal circle, I'm talking about my personal circle, we haven't had that infraction with not a dude I'm associated with. Not a single dude. Now, me personally, I've slept with women, slept with their friends. I've done all that, right? I've done all that. But being in relationships and doing your thing and being married is two different things, because we're talking about marriage here. We're not talking about being in relationships and just doing what you do. We're not talking about that. We're talking about marriage. And I've been married and I'm divorced now. Never done that in a marriage, right? Never done that in marriage. Now, I've slept with females or dated a woman, had intercourse with her friends, all that. I've done it in relationship. But I have not done it in a marriage. And not only that, it hadn't even never been a thought about one of my friends coming over to my house and sleeping with my wife. Because even if it was a thought, it wouldn't happen. Because when I was married, I've had my partners come out of town and stay at my house. I didn't have a problem with that. Because if it was even a thought, y'all see I keep thought, you wouldn't have never been in my house, brother. And if it was even a thought, I would have never married her. If it was even possible, wouldn't even do it. So that's what I mean by at peace. If I can imagine it being an infraction, it wouldn't even happen. Period. I wouldn't even marry that person. I wouldn't even be associated with that individual. So I don't understand how you can be in a marriage and have this type of energy, where my friends can't spend the night at my house because I'm afraid that my husband will be tempted by my friends. So what does that say about your friends? And what does that say about the man that you married? Obviously, you're not at peace because it's a possibility. And the fact that, so why would you marry somebody where there's no peace? I'm just saying, why would you marry somebody where there's no peace? Just my personal opinion. Because I've had this happen before. I was married, and I had some of my friends come out of town at different times and spend the night at my house where my wife was at home. It never crossed my mind one time. Because I know the woman that I married. And I know the friend that I was bringing to my house. And I know people might say, well, you don't know. Well, that's your experience. That hasn't been mine. So just because you've had infractions in your personal experience and in your life, that don't have nothing to do with me. Has absolutely nothing to do with me at all. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Because in my 40 years of living and my friends that I've been dealing with for whatever amount of time, the different time frames from my personal friends, we haven't had those issues at all. None. Zero. Not one time. Not a flirt, not a text message, not an email, none of that. Because there are people out here that have certain morals and principles. Now, back when I was thugging, if I didn't know your chick, if I didn't know you, I hit your chick. I am not going to lie. Single, married, all that. I've had all those experiences. Just being transparent. But in a marriage, no. No. We didn't do that. I'm divorced now for whatever reason. And I'm going to get married again. Not a problem. But this right here, I haven't had the issue. So I just want to know y'all thoughts. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Everybody has had different experiences. So just because you've had an experience does not mean that somebody else has had that experience. So just because you have trifling friends or have had trifling people in your life don't mean that everybody has had that experience, because everyone hasn't had that experience. Okay? Because it's funny how I guarantee I'm going to get somebody to comment and say, well, you don't know people. Woo, woo. Yeah, and that's fine. You're right. You cannot dictate nobody's actions and feelings and things of that nature. But in my opinion, you can vet the person that you decide to be in a relationship with. And if you would be honest with yourself, a lot of people have been tricked in friendships because they ignored certain signs that were there. That's a fact. So don't put everybody in your boat because everybody has not had your experience. That's my take on this situation. Y'all have a phenomenal day. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell icon.